Team Stickman just uploaded a new video and it's actually really good. And you know, whenever there's a new Stickman fight video out, you know, I've got to come and scale it, so that's what I'm doing now. First of all, there's a few things that I want to note. I will be ranking the performance of each Stickman within this video. And because it's this video specifically, I will not be including any other scaling within the series. Therefore, feats within the first tournament, within the second tournament, or within the rest of the parts or any other spin-off video will not be included. Only this part. This video scaling will be treated as completely separate. My reasoning for this is I haven't really scaled the entirety of Team Stickman. I've scaled the first tournament, but that's only using tournament feats. And up to this point, well, we're pretty much past the tournament feats. And also, Team Stickman isn't really known for their scaling. It's actually quite the opposite. Their scaling is actually really bad. I will also only be ranking the first 8 fighters we see. I would not be including Silver and Byzantium. This is because they do not have enough screen time to actually properly rank, as Byzantium could be as strong, could be like a mid-tier within the fighters, but based on what we see from him, he gets like 2 hits and then just loses. Like, I'm not going to include Byzantium or Silver. So with that out of the way, it's time to start the ranking. In last place, I have Dark Purple. I don't think this is too much of a surprise. His performance really just isn't that great. His power usage is pretty bad, and in hand-to-hand, he's decent, but he's definitely not anywhere near the top tiers, and in fact, he's just flat-out outperformed in hand-to-hand combat by Lime. Although, to be fair, Lime is really good in hand-to-hand combat, so that's not really that much of an anti-feat. He's also consistently on the losing end to Earth, although they are shown to be somewhat relative. And actually, maybe not somewhat, they actually do have quite a bit of relativity, with Purple being even maybe a little bit better in hand-to-hand combat, but consistently, Brown is above due to his feats on other fighters. I don't think Purple and Brown are too far away in power, but I don't think it's that much of a discussion on who is actually stronger between the two, hence why I have Purple as last place. In 7th place, I have Brown. Now, I don't think this is too much of a shock, judging by what I said about Purple, but I do think there is probably a bigger gap between the two than I implied with my Purple explanation. When the two are actually fighting in close quarters, Brown and Purple seem to be pretty relative, but when Brown is actually able to set up with his Earth, he's quite a bit stronger actually, being able to send Lime flying, being able to send Orange flying, even being able to have much better relativity to Lime than Purple did. Due to his feats on stronger characters and also his superiority over Purple, I have him placed higher. Electric Blue should be in a completely different tier to Brown and Dark Purple, as he pretty easily handles them both, absolutely destroying Dark Purple, and whilst getting pressed ever so slightly by Brown, he still pretty easily deals with him. But what makes me a bit hesitant with putting him in his own separate tier is that he gets completely manhandled by base Lime. Although I am willing to put him into a higher tier due to his consistency onto a higher level, being able to hold his own against higher tier characters like Rose and Blue. Although he's more so just temporarily boxing with them. He doesn't really have any crazy feats on higher tier characters. And then on top of that, he has some pretty bad anti-feats, which is why he lands himself into this placement. Rose actually has some decent stuff going for her. First of all, she's able to fight on par with Orange. She's able to put up a good fight against Azure, but she does lose in the end. Honestly, it's actually kind of hard to gauge how strong Rose is, because she doesn't actually have that much screen time. She might actually have the least amount of screen time out of all 8 stick figures. All we really have is these 2 instances, also her getting knocked around by Blue the entire brawl. She also obliterates Purple, so I guess that's something. But due to her blatant caps below Blue and Azure, I have her placed all the way down here. Well, I say all the way down here like it isn't halfway through the list, but yeah, I have her in 5th because of it. Beginning in the top half of this list is Azure. Azure is pretty powerful, being able to defeat Rose in a fight. He was able to hold his own against Orange, and was also superior to Brown. Consistently, he's within that high tier worth of power, especially since he beats Rose whilst at an elemental disadvantage. Even though Rose isn't supposed to have electricity, Team Stickman, be consistent! Azure is also implied by Mech himself that that is relative with Orange. Even though I don't really see this happening within the actual elemental brawl, Orange is beating him whilst having an elemental disadvantage, but the statement is still there.
If I were to describe Water and Fire's feats, Fire is like slightly stronger and Water's more agile and faster. And Water's like more creative with his powers. Like they're pretty relative in skill level. In case you guys are interested, who's like the better fighter between these two? Because Water and Fire are like the more important characters throughout this video.
Azure also has a blatant cap behind Blue as he just gets blitzed by him twice, the second time being whatever the fuck that is. So Azure is strong, definitely, but this is the highest I can put him.